Circuit.com and the director of the Portland Comedy Film Festival. We have an event coming up. It is Portland Comedy Film Festival Fall 2022. It'll be on November the 13th at the Clinton Street Theater. We're going to show all kinds of comedy films, videos, music videos, screenplay. We'll feature some screenplays. We'll have comedy series episodes, mockumentaries, horror comedy, dark comedy, you name it, romantic comedy, anything that'll make you laugh in 30 minutes or less. We have a whole bunch of films to screen on November the 13th. One of those films, we are joined by actor-writer Hillary Sproul. Is it Sproul or Sproul? I'm sorry.
Sproul. It rhymes with towel.
Yeah, Hillary Sproul. Thank you for that. And it is spelled like that, so I should know that. But Hillary Sproul, thank you for joining us. You are a very talented person on screen. Your writing is very good. Your film has been nominated for the Most Original Concept Award, Ghost Scout. The judges love this one. Thank you for joining us.
I'm so happy. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Well, I appreciate you. And let's talk about your film. I'm the guy who jumps to the end and ruins the whole thing. So please, can you put the synopsis in your own words?
The synopsis. I think I had written it or pitched it as a team of unqualified filmmakers with no knowledge of the paranormal attempt to make a ghost hunting reality show, which is really just an attention-seeking venture for a wannabe broadcast journalist who, enlists like a bunch of very inept people that don't know anything about ghost hunting or really have any true interest to just make this reality show for her. Supposedly with a lot of money, because how else would you do that? And I think that's about it for my synopsis.
All right. Well, creatively, how did you come up with this? I'm going to ask you a creative question, just like kind of like what motivated you? How did you come up with the story? But since you have two roles, I'm going to ask you the question in two different ways. So first of all, when you were creating this concept, in your head, why were you, is there any like special thing that motivated you to write this?
I had actually taken I tend to not actually do comedy. I've always pursued more dramatic acting roles, and I've had a lot of acting teachers tell me I should do comedy. So I took an improv class maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, and in my personal life, I tend to like supernatural things and paranormal and ghosts and horror and like all kinds of dark things, despite my exterior. So when I was in the improv class, there was I think the exercise was like, find a way to make a bunch of money with your husband. And my brain, because of what's in my brain, came up with ghost hunting. And I just started doing this like ghost hunting, improvising thing. And actually in college, I was the host of the host of like the campus news program, and I was also the host of like a music interview, like public access TV little show that we made. So I feel like I have some journalistic qualities. So I think I just naturally incorporated all of these things into this concept. And it became like such a hit within our improv group. So we named our improv team after it, and I started like thinking it would be a good idea to write it as like an actual show. So I sat down and wrote it by myself, and tried to put it on with some of the people on the improv group, and nothing came of it. And then I kind of sat on it for a while, and like a couple of years later, my boyfriend read the script and he was like, I think this is really funny. Like you should actually make this. And he offered to invest in it. So he is actually the EP.
Wow.
So we made it together. And I enlisted the help of my friend Rachel, who is the director. And a lot of the director friends I have do a lot more serious work and a lot of dramas, but Rachel had like kind of a more comedic mind. So I thought she would be good for it. And that's how it came about.
All right, good stuff. And so, so acting in it, is that just something that was always assumed, or did you?
I mean,
why?
acting was always the number one thing that I love to do, and so that's what I would like to do more than anything else. But writing, you have to write something to act in. So I almost feel like writing is a consequence of wanting to pursue acting. I just was creating, like the character, creating content for myself, I guess. So it was assumed to me, and I named the character after myself. Um, so and a lot of the characters, like Jordan, the actor Jordan Lewis, her character's name is Jordan, and Elise Singer, her character's name is Elise. I just kept a lot of the same names just because I
Mm.
wanted to incorporate people's personalities into it too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, on a technical level, throughout this entire process, I mean, obviously you had a role in the beginning, pre-production, production,
hmm
post. Like, did you learn anything from this? Was this? I feel like every film is a little piece of film school. Did you learn something?
Very much so. I guess I learned how to be a producer. I had said to you earlier before we started the interview that I don't really think of myself as a producer, but producing is just a consequence of needing to make something. So I learned really how to do that. I've made other shorts before, but for this one, I kind of I was doing it sort of all by myself. I felt Rachel, of course, helped, but she was the director, so she had other things to focus on. I was thinking about like catering and setting up a location and the agreements I have to make with people. Like I didn't know those things truly before, so this was the first
Mhm.
time I'd really pulled that off on like a more professional level with a larger crew for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it sounds like you're wearing a lot of hats. That's cool, though.
Yeah, and color. I had never done color before, and I sat in on all the color sessions and did the sound with the sound person, and so I learned all about that on a technical level.
Well, it turned out really well. So
Yeah,
congrats to you and your efforts on this.
thank
What do you have
you.
planned for the future? What's next?
I actually, the week after we shot this film, I shot another film that I had written and acted in, and it's more of a drama. So we're
Hmm.
still finishing the post on that film, but once that film is complete, we'll be submitting it to festivals. So that's, I guess, next on my journey.
All right. Good
Yeah,
stuff. Well,
yeah.
this has been fun. Thank you for taking the time to join me today. Is there anything you want to add?
I would like to thank the judges of the festival
Okay.
for including us in this project. It really means a lot, and I'm really excited to go to Portland. It's a city I've never been to before, and a couple of the members of the cast are from the Pacific Northwest area, so it'll be a really special one for us.
All right. Fun
Yeah,
times ahead. Sounds like a homecoming. So that'll be
yeah,
great. The
exactly.
Northwest really has its own flavor, and I think you'll like the Clinton Street Theater. It's an awesome venue. So
I'm so excited to go.
good stuff. Well, thanks a lot for joining me, and have a good one.
You too. Thank you.
All right.